Today our discussing topic is about the circuit breaker does not open. We close the circuit breaker but the circuit breaker does not open. What may be the reason behind it? We are again and again facing these types of problems in our substation, power plant, switchyard, and also the dedicated feeders to some industrial consumers. So, what may be the problems and what may be the possible reason behind it? Opening release does not open. The opening release spring and also the opening release latch is malfunctioning due to the mechanical jamming, and also maybe the supply voltage of the auxiliary circuit is off or MCB has stripped. If the MCB has stripped and also the supply voltage to the auxiliary circuit is off, the opening release does not open. What is the corrective actions to be taken to just rectify or just overcome these types of problem? Check the supply voltage and switch on the MCB. If we supply voltage checking and the switching on the MCB is the solution for these types of problem. No opening sound. So the second point is no opening sound. What is the reason behind it? Loose connections or damaged wire, non-functional opening release, auxiliary switch contact 52A are open when the circuit breaker is closed. When the circuit breaker is closed, the auxiliary switch 52A and 52B are both operating vice versa. When the circuit breaker is in closed condition, that means 52B will be open and 52A will be closed. If the 52A will be closed, that means the circuit of the auxiliary diagram is fulfilled and the circuit breaker is ready to close. Circuit breaker is open. Circuit breaker cannot be open due to 52A. If the 52A is the main parameters inside the auxiliary switch, so auxiliary switch contact 52A are open when the circuit breaker is closed, because we cannot open the circuit breaker here. The circuit breaker is closed condition. No opening command to the terminal. No opening command is reaching to the terminals of the trip coil because the circuit is not completed. Different types of problems may be there. So these types of problem, if these types of problem will be there, so no opening command will reach to the terminal. What type of action to be taken? Check and repair as necessary. If the loose connections and damaged wire will be there, if you identify these types of loose connection and damaged wire, replace the wire and tighten the loose connections. The problem may be solved. Test release separately and replace if found non-functional. Opening release, if the opening release spring or opening release dashpots have some mechanical jamming or is malfunctioning, immediately test it separately with consult with the OEM and also replace it. If you can replace it, if you cannot, help the OEM technical personals for overhauling the particular drive mechanism box. If the drive mechanism box will be overhauled, then the opening operations due to the problem that's sustaining due to the non-functional of spring release, the problem may be solved. Check and adjust the mechanical leakage of the auxiliary switch. So what may be this reason? Reason is 52A and 52B. if the auxiliary switch malfunctioning 52A is open, when the circuit breaker is closed, when the circuit breaker is open, 52B is open. That's why the malfunctioning inside the auxiliary contact, you should replace the auxiliary contact or rectify the problems. So the mechanical leakage of the auxiliary switch to be checked and adjust the mechanical leakage. Check the continuity and repair if any command is not reaching any wire cutting by some insects, or maybe due to the aging, sulfation may be there. So cleaning the sulfations, opening the terminal and tightening the terminal, and check the continuity with help of a multimeter. If you check the wire continuity by switch off the DC supply, just you are getting the continuity and just showing the diagram, the terminal number and the continuity. If you are getting all the continuity is okay, but due to the sulfation you are not getting the continuity, then cleaning the sulfation of the terminal, and then you will obviously get the continuity. If you will get the continuity, the DC will obviously reach to the terminal of the trip coil or close coil for the opening operation for the trip coil. It may be the close coil for closing operation also. So the coil burned out. Coil burned out, close coil may be damaged or burned out due to the continuous supply voltage at the terminal, due to the LR switch malfunctioning, due to the TNC switch malfunctioning. What is the TNC switch? Trip neutral close. And LR switch, local remote selector switch. If the local remote selector switch have been damaged and the DC supply are just coming from one terminal and it is reaching to the coil continuously, so the coil may be damaged. And also in the TNC switch, if you are providing the pulse of trip and close, it may be spring return mechanism to the neutral point. If any spring return mechanisms may be malfunctioning or damaged, or spring has been cutted out, then these spring return mechanisms cannot be function. Then if you are if inside it is broken, the continuity path may be formed. If the continuity path may be formed, then the direct DC 220 volt DC, or it may be the 110 volt DC can be reached to the closed coil or trip coil directly, and that can be harmful for the coil. So coil may be burned out, or smoke or fire hazards may be there. So you have to cautious about these types of happening. So in the winter maintenance or in the preventive maintenance, you have to check the coil resistance and also the connections and the wire conditions. Wire conditions and the TNC switch, the status of the TNC switch, status of the LR switch, all you have to bring checked. If you are bring checked all the things, then that will be very much effective for the sustainability and also the reliability of the network or the systems. So the coil, close coil may be damaged or burned out due to the continuous supply of voltage at the terminal, and deposit of dust and grit insulation issues may be there. Also the mechanical jam, it is due to the long time not overhauling the breaker, long time you are not providing the lubrications to the breaker as per the schedules, and you are not getting the shutdown for particular types of circuit breaker. That's why you cannot overhauling the circuit breakers. You are just connecting the terminals of the circuit breakers, but you are not seeing inside what is happening inside the drive mechanism box, what is happening inside the SF6 density monitor terminal. If the SF6 density monitor terminal has been cutted out and sulfated, then also you cannot operate the circuit breaker close and open functions also. It is applicable for 220 kV circuit breaker. I have an experience about it. We are we cannot find out the problems, and whole day we are searching the circuit breakers and the control circuits. After researchings and here and there, we got that the SF6 density monitor terminal has been sulfated and cut it out, and just joining these terminals the problem has been solved and the circuit breaker are put in the service. So this is maybe the one of the most important reason of the circuit breaker problem, opening or closing problem. The mechanical jamming, drive mechanism box issues related to aging and deposit of the foreign materials and long pending service issue may be there. So we have today discussed about the circuit breaker, how the circuit breaker does not open, what may be the reason behind it, and what is the solutions as per the experience is concerned. So friend, if you interested to show these types of experienced knowledge, then obviously subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updated and these types of knowledgeable videos. So friend, okay, thank you. Subscribe my channel and also share my video with your friends and colleagues. Thank you very much.